What's going on, guys? It's Anime1 back here with another video, and today I'm here with another part of What If Naruto was elected and Isshiki's karma. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Also like this video. So let's begin the video. A figure wearing a white veil and a white dress arrived on the planet named Earth. He also had his partner with him. His name was Momoshiki Otsutsuki. Byakugan eyes, a horn sprouting from his head, and also two renegans could be seen in his black hands, the red ones, as he talked with his partner, who was carrying him on his shoulder. Well, Kinshiki, so where is Isshiki and Kaguya? Is this a planet? He asked. The other one nodded. Yes, Lord Momoshiki. From what information we received, this is indeed it. The same planet that we're seeking for. The god fruits that the leader wants of, said Kinshiki. Momoshiki gave him a nod, as a grin spread across his face. If they both aren't here, then I'll take the advantage of the situation to its fullest, said Momoshiki. Meanwhile, on Earth, Naruto was sitting on his throne, his eyes closed. Whenever people would need him, they would come to him and not the other way around. He didn't have to do the paperwork since, well, he let others do it for him. He just was a military commander of some sort, the strongest in the village, in a way you could say. But Naruto snapped open his eyes as he sensed something. He stood up and as he looked outside of his window, this presence, Naruto thought, one of my own kin is here. Naruto thought again, and he started floating up in the air, and soon he shrunk himself down and he was outside of his palace. Many of the people looked up. It was rare to see their king outside. Is that our king? One of the people said. Yes, it is. I can't believe that he came outside after so long. It's been a few months, hasn't it? Another one said. As these were the few rumors going on, Naruto ignored them all. He looked up as he narrowed his eyes at a distance. Who are those two, Isshiki? Can you tell me by their presence? Naruto asked, but Isshiki stayed silent. Your loyalty to your clan is something absurd, Isshiki. But whatever. I'll figure it out myself, Naruto said. As in a burst of speed, he burst towards where he felt the energy. Meanwhile, from what the information we got, well, that's the 9 Jinchurikis. Was that it? Said Momoshiki. Kinshiki gave him a nod. Yes, sir, that is it. The 9 Jinchurikis are the split of the Jubi that we had sent to those planets. Isshiki, I cannot believe he got defeated. This is something must have defeated him, Lord Momoshiki. As much as I respect you and your power, you were no match for Isshiki. So, us coming here is... Kinshiki was not about to finish before Momoshiki glared down at him, releasing his killing intent. Don't play dumb with me, Isshiki. Whoever was here, these lowly mongrels, their life expectancy is not more than 100 years. It's been more than enough time. Whoever had defeated Isshiki will be long gone. These mortals don't know anything about the concept of the chakra fruit that gives us eternity of life. So it's useless. Whoever had killed Isshiki is gone. He's dead. I have nothing to worry about, said Momoshiki. Kinshiki sighed. As you wish, my lord, he said. Buzzed in a flash. A black flash, a figure appeared in front of the both of them. They could sense it. It was Otsutsuki. The figure again had blonde hair that's blue in the air, as his cloak also blew in the air, the black cloak he was wearing. Naruto looked at both of them, his eyes opened. You, who are you? Naruto asked. Both of them looked at him. You are no Otsutsuki. Interesting. I never seen a Otsutsuki with blonde hair before, said Momoshiki, as Naruto didn't answer the question to that. I asked you a question, didn't I? Who are you? Naruto asked again. Momoshiki again clenched his fist. Who did this brat think he was, talking to him like that? Momoshiki in a flash appeared in front of Naruto. You will, you will know how to respect your elders, brat. Momoshiki tried to speak and kick Naruto at the same time, but his feet was grabbed as Naruto picked up Momoshiki by his feet and slammed and threw him towards the ground. Momoshiki was shocked. What the hell? I cannot stop myself, he thought, as he completely crashed into the ground with a huge boom. Kinshiki leapt to the action as quick as a flash, as he took out his axe and went towards Naruto, who took out his sword and clashed with Kinshiki. But in a flash, Kinshiki's blade was gone. That ability, don't tell me. But before anything, Naruto appeared behind Kinshiki and stomped his foot right on Kinshiki's back as they both went crashing towards the ground. As the smoke cleared, Naruto was on top of Kinshiki, his 40 feet buried in Kinshiki's spine. Now, talk. Who are you? Naruto asked, his eyes now changing to that of the Dharmagon and Byakugan. That I, only one person in our whole clan has that. Lord Isshiki, it's you, Kinshiki said, but Naruto didn't answer. I thought I asked you a question. Naruto was just repeating himself again. I'm Kinshiki Otsutsuki, and that over there is my companion, Lord Momoshiki. He's my superior. He's from the noble clan, just the same as you, Lord Isshiki, he said. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Noble clan, you say? I want to learn about my own kin, so I'll let you go. Naruto removed his feet from Kinshiki's spine. As Kinshiki got up, Naruto side glanced at Momoshiki, who was also getting up as Kinshiki went towards Momoshiki, as they both landed in front of Naruto. We're sorry, Isshiki. We didn't know that you were the one that we were talking to, Momoshiki said, his tone completely changing. Naruto didn't give a damn about that. I'm not Isshiki Otsutsuki. My name is Naruto Otsutsuki. I am the karma bearer of Isshiki. He was killed long ago, and he had to bestow his karma upon me. That's the jinx of the information. He cannot be revived by the karma. So, I'm my own entity currently. Momoshiki widened his eyes as he activated his Byakugan. He sighed. The red chakra that was flowing into the boy's body, but also a little bit of blue chakra around his neck. I see, said Momoshiki. You must have hurt yourself pretty badly. Then you had the karma of Isshiki. So, Isshiki had no choice but to use the remaining of the data that was remained to be copied into your body to revive you, and because of that, you are full Otsutsuki, and you have the abilities of Isshiki as well. Interesting, Momoshiki said. Naruto gave him a nod. Come with me, we have a lot of chit chat to do. Naruto sighed. But before that, he heard something in his head. Lord Naruto. It was from one of his people. What is it? Naruto asked, a little annoyed. Well, the Kazekage has been rescued, and one of the members of the Katsuki, Sorcery of the Sand, is down, said one of his people to Naruto. Naruto gave him a nod. Very well then. Keep on informing me about the Akatsuki. The Kazekage is rescued. Is he alive? Naruto said. The guard again nodded. Yes, he was dead, but Lady Chiyo of the Sand gave her life in order to give him back his own. And Naruto sighed. Well, that's for that. That's okay. Good job, Raphael, he said. Raphael cut the call. As Naruto opened his eyes. Well, why don't you tell me a little about my clan? Isshiki doesn't want me to doesn't tell me anything. The bastard is too loyal, said Naruto. Momoshiki narrowed his eyes. I'm loyal to the clan too, and if you think you can get anything out of me about our clan, you're completely mistaken. Naruto narrowed his eyes. You simply do not know what kind of power I wield. Isshiki is a baby can in front of me, boy. Naruto said. Momoshiki again clenched his fist. No one called him a boy. He was a goddamn Otsutsuki, a 1,000-year-old being for God's sake. But he calmed himself. He knew the position he was in no position to talk. If this bride really had Ishiki's power, which by that Dharmakan that it signified, he did. Momoshiki was well out of his league right now. He had to calm himself down. He had to wait for Ragnarok to arrive here. And soon as Ragnarok did arrive here, he would take this brat back to the planet, and that would be that. And then the king would handle whatever he wanted to do with him. Meanwhile, in the distant planets or in the space, two figures were flying as they were going somewhere. How long is it gonna take? Samantha Ragnarok asked, as Samantha just put her finger on her lips as he was in a thinking position. Well, if I had to take a guess, about a month now, she said. Ragnarok sighed. Well, that is if he consumed chocolate fruits, right? He said. She gave him a nod. Yes, if you keep on consuming chocolate fruits. In the middle, that will take a month. But if you do not, well, we'll be pretty weak. And we get to the planet. So I do suggest we get some chocolate fruit before we go there, she said. Ragnarok gave her a nod. Okay, very well then. I have not met my younger brother for a long time. I hope he is doing well. Ragnarok said. Samantha looked at him. You're different than others, aren't you, Ragnarok? She asked him. Well, I don't like the Otsutsuki way. Consuming chocolate fruit, getting immortality, for being afraid of death, power-hungry fools. The power to become the Otsutsuki god. What's the point in all of that? Well, chocolate fruit is something that we have to eat, otherwise we'll be executed by the Otsutsuki god. If it were to me, I would just train all day and just get stronger that way. The reason why I'm stronger than most of the people in our clan is because I train, Samantha. Hard work is what I believe in. If a thrill in a battle cannot get me amped up, if I become a god, then I'd rather die, said Ragnarok. Samantha sighed. That's why you're different, and also you love your family, she said. Ragnarok, was silent about that fact. Love, huh? The only emotion that I feel that towards is you, and you know that pretty well. I love you, but Isshiki on the other hand, I'm neutral towards him, and neither love or hate. He's my brother, that's all I care about, and it's my duty to get him back to our planet, and if he has betrayed our clan, get him punished for it, said Ragnarok as they were flying towards a planet as they stopped and landed onto one. This was the planet that I left the chocolate fruit at. I guess I'll have some little bit of snack, he said as he started lifting off of the ground and went towards where the chocolate fruit was. He took out the chocolate fruit and started eating it and broke it in half and gave the other half to Samantha. They were always like that, even if Ragnarok was the one who was supposed to have the whole of the chocolate fruit. He always gave Samantha some. That was just how Ragnarok was. And she loved that about him. That was why she loved Ragnarok. He was different. He was kind. He was kind-hearted. He was compassionate when he came to battle, unlike the other Otsutsukis. Naruto looked at Momoshiki, was battered, bruised, and was on at the bottom of his feet. Naruto was, had his heel of his foot on Momoshiki's face, stomping on him. Kishiki had several black rods piercing right through his body, so he wasn't able to move. As I told, give me the information that I seek. Who are the two most strongest members in our clan right after me? Said Naruto. Momoshiki gritted his teeth. Rag- Ragnarok Otsutsuki, you're the big brother of Isshiki Otsutsuki, and our king, said Momoshiki. Naruto looked at him. You're a king, you say? What kind of power does he have? Momoshiki started chuckling a little. Powers. He has the most broken dojutsu to that ever existed in our clan. The Jogan. Someone like you can even comprehend that power that our king wields. Boy, sooner or later when he finds out that you have a karma that cannot be destroyed, that is used as a weapon alone, he'll come here to dispose of you himself if Ragnarok is not able to do so, said Momoshiki. Naruto looked at the fool. You're such a drag, Naruto said as a black girl appeared on his hand. He threw it downwards to his Momoshiki's face as it pierced right through his cheek. As Momoshiki was not able to speak now, his tongue was completely immobilized. Well, that's for that. Naruto took out several more black rods as he pinned Momoshiki completely down. He was not able to move again. Well, that's for that. Now, as for this Ragnarok fella, even Isshiki told me something about him. It's annoying as it is. I really do wonder, how kind of power does that Otsutsuki have? If he is anything like what Isshiki told me, this might actually be fun. Naruto thought, because it was his honest opinion. He was thrilling for a battle. Maybe Ragnarok Otsutsuki and the king of the Otsutsuki could give him that thrill. Just maybe, he thought. In Konoha, Minato was, happy and, sad at the same time. Happy because the mission had been accomplished. Sad, because Asuma Saratobi had died. That was something that he had not took into account. And the funeral will be held tomorrow. He was killed by the Akatsuki member, Hidan. Minato clenched his fist. The Akatsuki member are getting on his nerves. He was sure that the masked man was somehow behind the Akatsuki. He didn't know how he knew how the masked man was involved with the Akatsuki. He just did. It was his gut instinct. That is what it was. Minato again heard someone knock on his door. As he saw it, Shikamaru, Minato said. Shikamaru entered the room. Lord Hokage, I want to ask permission to go on a mission to hunt down the Akatsuki members. Minato just looked at Shikamaru. Listen, Shikamaru, this is the life of a shinobi. People die. That doesn't mean you always need revenge. You will be killed if you go there. The Akatsuki, leave it to the higher ones. Minato said. Shikamaru shook his head. If I'm not able to do this right now, Lord Hokage, I'll not be able to live with myself. I'll not be able to sleep at night, thinking that bastard is still alive. I've come up with a plan, and I'm sure it'll work. I only need a few members to accompany me. That's all I ask for. Shikamaru was being honest. Minato sighed. The boy would not take a no for an answer. He sighed. Very well then. Tomorrow night, you leave with Kakashi, Menma, and your team. I'm pretty sure this much will be enough to deal with the other member. Meanwhile, you deal with the member that killed, well, Asuma. Shikamaru gave him a nod. Thank you, Lord Okage. Minato threw a kunai towards Shikamaru. Shikamaru, I don't want any of my shinobis dying. This kunai is a special kunai. All you need to do is apply chakra to it, and I'll be there in a flash. Use this kunai if things get a little out of hand, Minato said. Shikamaru gave him a nod. As you wish, Lord Okage. As you wish, he said. Meanwhile, at the Namikaze residence, Menma and Mito were, well, just bickering like normal siblings do. And they were not having a good time because, well, Asuma had died, and Asuma was one of the teachers that had taught both of them how to teach, well, use the wind element. They had just created the Russian Shuriken in their training with Jiraiya when they had Master Sage mode. It was something that would come in handy for both of them. And currently they were attending a funeral, at least getting ready for it. They both were wearing the black yukata that they were supposed to wear at the funeral. Meanwhile, Kushina was also doing the same. But she had a different thought in her mind. Naruto was her thinking. Where was her son? They weren't able to find out anything about him. Minato suspected that Naruto was at the snow country. That's where the shinobi went. No one could infiltrate the snow country's defenses after it had expanded so much and had started rivaling all the five great nations in economy and also military strength. If actions were not taken sooner, she was sure there would be 6 great nations instead of 5 because of the snow country and how powerful it had gotten. The daimyo, Koyoki, well, she was an actress at first, but suddenly, just in 4 years, they expanded so much. Kushina shook her head. She felt bad, maybe for Asuma, or maybe for Shikamaru. She didn't know. She knew Shikamaru because, well, she had played with him when he was a little child, and her mother and her were good friends. Because of that, she felt it. Asuma was gone, and there's nothing that any of them could do. She feared her life over children because of that. Katsuki were gonna go after them, that was for sure. And she had to get stronger in order to protect their kids. She was at Asuma's level at the best when it came to combat voice. And if Asuma died like that, who was she? She would also die by the hands of the Akatsuki. She needed to get stronger. And she knew how she would get stronger. Train. After this, she would assure that she would train. And to the best of her abilities, do what she must. Meanwhile, on the Uchiha compound, Itachi and Shishi were sparring. Meanwhile, Sari was looking on with the scene with, well, a little bit of jealousy, you could say. She knew for a fact that she was probably on their level or even stronger than them, but the reason why she was looking at them jealously was not because of strength, because she missed sparring with someone like that. Naruto was the one who she sparred like that. Orochi was good and all, but he was, well, he wouldn't go all out on her because, well, he thought, well, he would kill her if he did, which she didn't disagree with. Hiroichi had become extremely powerful. He was one of the strongest Jonins in Konoha right now, probably surpassed Itachi and Shisui when it came in terms of skills in Kenjutsu and normal ninja skills. Hiroichi was a very strong ninja, and that was something that no one could take away from him. Unless Sairi had somehow managed to, well, use her Susanoo to the maximum level, there was no way in hell she was gonna beat Hiroichi. In straight up confrontation with taijutsu and ninjutsu, Hiroichi was a monster when it came to that. She did spar with Itachi and Shisui, but like then again, they went not that hard on her. Naruto, on the other hand, was brutal from what he remembered. He didn't hold back his punches, and whenever he did, she would scold him. And that was the reason why she got so strong so fast. Even on the Cisui's tutelage, they weren't that fast scoring. Shisui, on the other hand, was, well, letting out all his anger on Itachi. And Itachi was, well, just blocking Shisui's fist with, well, his Sharingan, which was currently more mature than Shisui's. So that was that. As Shisui actually was able to get past Itachi's guard and punch him right on the face. Itachi dropped on his butt. Hey, you need to cool off a little bit. Naruto is gone. He defeated you, me, Sairi, and all of us at the same time. It can't be helped. The power gap is too long, Shisui. You cannot bring back your students. Itachi said. Shisui appeared in front of him, grabbed him by the collar. Don't tell me what to do, Itachi. Naruto is my responsibility, and I'll take care of him. I'll not let anyone else bear the burden of bringing him back to the village and making him pay for his crimes, said Shisui. Itachi sighed as he grabbed Sisui's hand and started letting go of his collar. Shisui, calm down and think about it. You're no match for Naruto. God knows how strong he has gotten right now. He was stronger than Lord Hokage when he was only at the age of 13. What the hell do you think you can do now? Itachi shouted at his best friend, trying to kick some sense into him. Shisui just looked away. I, I don't know, but I have to do something. I took him as my student because I believed that he had potential. He did, but he never was loyal to the leaf. It's expected. All of them heard the voice from the tree branch that Sari was sitting at. Well, it came from above. To see a long brown-haired boy with red eyes looking down at all of them, a sword strapped at his waist. He was treated horribly at the Leaf Village, neglected by his family, and also ostracized by the villagers. What do you expect? Him to be loyal to the freaking place that treated him like garbage? If I was in his place, I would have left the leaf long ago, said Yoriichi as he jumped down. As I said, maybe one of us, one-on-one, cannot defeat Naruto, but all of us combined might stand a chance. That's why we have to keep on training, getting stronger, and hope someday that we'll face him and bring him back to the Blue Village. Hopefully, make him see sense and know what he's doing is wrong. Said Yoriichi. Sairi got up. Yes, we have to do that. There's no way that I'm letting that bastard go after what he said to all of us. All of them nodded. Yes, we'll do that. Sasuke, on the other hand, had just killed Orochimaru recently and was on a hunt. He had recently joined, well, the Akatsuki. Reason why. Sasuke's flashback. Sasuke was roaming around with, well, no one. He was arrogant and thought that he could do everything by his own. A swirling vortex opened in front of Sasuke as a man stepped out of his own vortex. A with orange mask and a single eye hole glaring at Sasuke. Hello there, Sasuke Uchiha. Madara said to the boy that he wanted to recruit as a member. The Akatsuki. What does he want to do with me? Sasuke asked, getting a little wary. Well, I want you to join me, of course, he said, and Sasuke smirked. I don't need you or your pathetic organization. I'll do what I need to do on my own. I'll rule this world on my own. I don't need your help, Sasuke said. The man shook his head. How about it? Well, how about it then? If you manage to defeat me, you will, well, I will, well, give you the secrets of something that the Leaf Village has not told you. But if I win, you will join the Akatsuki, said the masked man. Sasuke smirked as he unsheathed his Kusanagi sword. Deal accepted. After a few minutes, Sasuke was on the ground with the masked man feet right over his face, stomping down on him. The battle is over, Uchiha. I win, said the masked man, his dark Sharingan eyes glaring down at Sasuke. You, who the hell are you? Sasuke said. This was no ordinary man, that much he knew. My name is Madara Uchiha. Sasuke, would you like to join the Akatsuki since you have lost the bet? The Madara said. Sasuke gritted his teeth. Sasuke just looked up at the ceiling. He joined the Akatsuki, and he didn't got any mission recently, so that was that. His recent partner was, well, a man named, what was his name again? Zetsu. Yes, Sasuke remembered. The man was annoying as fuck, that one Sasuke could tell. But the masked man, he remembered his name, Madara Uchiha. The man had defeated him pretty easily, if Sasuke had to say so. He was no match for the masked man. Even after he absorbed Orochimaru and gained the power of the curse mark, he was no match for him. And if he was no match for him, how was he supposed to be matched for? He looked about to see a mage of Naruto forming in his head. That dope. He went to Orochimaru so that he could surpass him and his sister, but he couldn't. If he couldn't even defeat them, how the hell would he rule the world? How would he make Uchiha elite proud? How would he be the clan head of his clan and change the ways of the shinobi world? No, he needed to get stronger. But how? A thought popped within Sasuke's mind as he smirked. Madara, they told me something about killing your family member to awaken the Mangekyo, Sasuke said with a slight smirk appearing on his face.